idiot! Throw me to you. Throw me to you. Cost us our fucking shot at the titles. You understand that? This was ours. Ours. You talked forever and never gave us a shot. This is what happens. And I'll see you boys next week. There's plenty more where it came from. Let's go.
Why? That's the question I keep hearing. Why? Why did you do what you did to the Candy Man? Well, I'll tell you exactly why, as if it shouldn't be obvious. That was our shot. We were supposed to get the shot November 12th. Supposed to get the shot right down the block from where I used to live in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. But no, we didn't, because they had to give a shot to the murder. Congratulations, boys. I am taking nothing away from your win here. But Marcus and Dee Dee, especially Dee Dee, have been running their mouth for months. Anytime I speak, anytime Trevor speaks, anytime Logan speaks, they're laughing. They're saying we don't deserve it. They're saying they're not as good. But here we are. You lost the titles, and we get no shot. So what did you think was going to happen? Trevor was never given a championship opportunity with this company, and now that he had one, you ruined it. Logan was trying to get back to that mountaintop that he had once held, that again, RSW likes to act like never happened. He wanted those tag titles back. I'm just here for my boys. This ain't about me, but it's definitely about you two. So, since you wanted to ruin everything, we made sure we ruined your night. And the real question is, where was the man who was running his mouth online? I didn't see DD Vice anywhere when we were outside. So maybe, Marcus, you should find a tag team partner that watches your back a little better. But that's all right. We got you, boys. This weekend, Saturday, November 12th in New Kensington, Pennsylvania, you're going to find out exactly what the Unappreciated is all about. I'll see you soon, RSW. Oh, break a leg, boys. You're mine, motherfucker!
Another episode of WrestleRoni. Holy hell, what a time to be an independent wrestling fan in the West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, just this area, because RSW's killing it. I'm excited to be in the fold, and I'm excited about our guest because, man, do I gotta talk to this guy. I invited him on. Let's get right into it. From the Unappreciated, we got Bake from the Unappreciated. How you doing, my man?
I'm not too bad, man. How about yourself?
I'm having a great week. I really am. It's been honestly a life-changing week. I couldn't be happier until I hop on the social medias and I see what's going on. You guys jumped Marcus Twist after the Fairmont State show, my man. What's going on?
Yes, we did, and we do it again. No questions asked.
Huh? Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. And I'm honestly. No sugarcoating at all. And I'm honestly glad that you brought that up, because I know that you're close to them and Billy, and I see you everywhere, but it seems that we don't matter. That's been the problem the whole time. When we do something, it's an issue. When other people do things, it's just fine. It's just wrestling. It's just RSW. But the Unappreciated does it. It's a problem. You know how many people have been jumped inside or outside buildings in RSW since the time I've been here? Countless. Literally can't fathom it. But because it was your boy, it's a problem.
It is, man. He had just went through one of the craziest matches I've ever seen with my two eyes live. Power bombed off the second turnbuckle into thumbtacks, just trying to leave the venue, minus DD, mind you, by himself, and boom.
That was my favorite moment of the night.
Here you and Trevor just out of nowhere, throw him into a U-Haul truck, leave him laying. I seen your promo on Facebook, your explanation, if you will. Just when I was becoming a fan, and I know who the fuck am I to be a fan or to boo or cheer you. I get it, but
That's exactly it. We don't need fans. You know when the time for fans was? The time for fans was what Logan and Trevor were doing before I got there. Nobody was talking about them. And that's disrespectful.
all right.
They're quality talent, quality wrestlers.
Agreed.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. People are like, oh, you're here so that people can pay attention to you. No, I'm here so that my voice, my actions, and the things that other people who have worked for this company appeared to not like, those things are getting Trevor and Logan noticed.
Fair
and
enough.
look at them now. Look at them now. Less than 6 months, we would have had a tag team title opportunity in a few days, and it's gone. So you goddamn right I was angry. And yes, Trevor was angry because, as I said in that video, Trevor was never given an opportunity at anything. And Trevor was here during the pandemic when nobody could leave the house, but he was at the building, and he was at the building early, and he was wrestling 4 or 5 matches a night because we didn't have a big roster.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
No appreciation.
Hell of a talent. Hell of a talent. And like I say, Fairmont State, awesome match. Awesome match. And like I say, I was on board. I said, okay, Bake's been preaching the truth. And then y'all pull some coward shit. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy, it was some coward shit. Like, I get your point. I get where you're coming from. But why put the blame on Marcus, bro? Like, okay, yeah, you guys need... Everybody deserves... Not everybody. I will say your team deserved a title shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jump Tim Cross.
I don't need to jump Tim Cross. Tim Cross did his job. Tim Cross gave us the shot at the championships a couple of blocks away from where I used to live.
Okay.
It couldn't have been much sweeter. That was Marcus that ruined that. That was Dee Dee that ruined that.
Okay.
Because they were the ones running their mouth online constantly. I don't know if I've seen you on Facebook or even, Twitter when it comes to our conversations between the Unappreciated and Saturday Night Special. But every time I would post something, there's Marcus and Dee Dee running their mouth. Anytime Trevor or Logan post something, there's Marcus and Dee Dee running their mouth. When there's other people talking about our match, there's Marcus and Dee Dee running their mouth saying, whenever you want it, you can get it. We'll put the title online. We'll do this. We'll do that. And they never did. But I'm going to tell you, more importantly than that, I'm going to tell you why we jumped them.
Okay.
Did you see the stipulation for our upcoming match?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and let the listeners know what the hell's going on. This is insane.
If the Unappreciated lose, I'm gone. Gone from RSW, not gone from managing the Unappreciated. I am gone from a place that I have shared a long time with. I'm gone.
That's a hell of a risk.
But Saturday Night Special loses, they are no longer a team.
Yeah.
We jumped Marcus so that he would not be 100%. We jumped Marcus so that we don't have to see them ever again after November 12th. That is why we jumped Marcus. Okay. This wasn't anger. This wasn't emotion. This was calculated.
Oh, yeah.
I want them gone.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I don't want them as a team anymore. I'm sick of seeing them.
The fans love them, man. They're hell of a talents. I get it. I get where you're coming from, but at the Mononga show, you saw it. The match, they win the title match. They retain the titles. The murder pulled some shit, and shit got heated. Dee Dee made a challenge, man. Like, a man is a man.
Yeah, a man is a man. The titles didn't have to be on the line for that.
Oh.
They had already beaten the murder before.
There ain't no debate.
So why would they have to put the titles on the line? You already proved you're better. So if it's about emotions, excuse me, let me change my words here. I don't want to say you proved you're better. You proved you were better on that night.
Okay. In
a championship match. So you don't have to prove you're better as a champion yet again to them. If it was about anger and if it's about emotions, well then throw hands. Drop the microphone and throw hands. But they put the titles on the line knowing we were next up.
You know what?
They were too confident. They knew in their heart of hearts they were going to walk out of Fairmont State with those championships, and they were going to march into Pennsylvania as champions. That's what they knew. And they thought they would finally get their chance to embarrass us like they've been talking. Well, now they have the chance to try, but we have nothing to gain from it other than them no longer teaming. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what we get to see. And I'm going to sit back and enjoy every single bone-crunching moment of it.
What a change of events. Like, it was a shocker at Fairmont State. The Murder, new tag team champions, in case somehow the listeners haven't heard about it. The Murder have defeated Saturday Night Special. But
I don't even think it's that big of a task. I knew they were going to do it.
Hell of a match. I don't know how.
Absolutely.
Saturday Night Special, I don't know how they're going to be 100% going into this match against your guys.
They're not.
I know.
They're not.
They've got a
they
match.
weren't. Marcus wasn't 100% before he went face first into a U-Haul. The reason Didi wasn't there is because he was on his way to a hospital. They're far from 100%.
I can't disagree with that. They've been running the damn thing balls to the wall. The night before the Fairmont State show, no ring death match where they're fighting each other. The night before New Kensington, let's just go ahead and get it out there. Huge headlining pay-per-view match in VCW.
Yep.
I don't see. You're getting in my head.
They're doing
now.
too much. Sometimes you need to understand that when you crest that mountaintop, you need to enjoy the view. You don't immediately climb down and start over. You're up there for a reason. Enjoy it. They're doing too much. How the hell, before you go into a title match, are you cracking light tubes over your partner and supposed best friend's head? Now they're deathmatch goofs all of a sudden.
The dudes are tough. Like, I get it. Like I say, a man is a man. They are definitely, you have to agree with this, they've been proving themselves. As have your boys.
They have.
Killing it.
Here's the thing. Listen, I don't have to like somebody to appreciate what they've done. And I do. They ran very hard. But the problem is when you run hard like that, you stop just as fast. And that is what they experienced this past weekend. And it is what they are going to experience this weekend.
This is a big deal, man. This is going to change RSW one way or the other. Either it's
potentially, absolutely.
Either it's Bye Bake or Bye Saturday Night Special as a tag team.
Yeah. And I already know the outcome. I trust my boys.
And I trust mine. So may the best men win. That's what I'll say. We'll have to leave it at that because me and you be arguing all night. And
You're right. You know what? Let's keep it at that. This is about me right now.
It is.
So let's rewind.
Okay.
And let's start this the way it should be and act like none of that ever happened. How about that?
Mr. Bake, glad to have you on, sir. Glad to finally speak with you on WrestleRoni. How you doing this evening, my man?
I'm not too bad. Thank you for having me. I've always wanted to tell my story, and you get to be the lucky bastard to hear it.
Hell yeah. Hey, exclusive for me. I'm flattered. I honestly am. Big fan of the Unappreciated. Big fan of the work. That's the truth. Whatever may happen between, like I say, that's behind us now because, man, you got me stressed out. That's a big match coming up. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about your group. Before we even get into RSW, how long's this love affair between you and pro wrestling went on? How far does this go back?
One of my earliest memories was watching WrestleMania 4 in Pampers, damn near.
Okay.
Sitting on the table, my old man, and it has literally, I don't want to say it's never stopped. I think we all hit that wall all of us who are around a similar age, you start watching mid to late 80s, and then Attitude Era, and then usually after there, things got a little weird. A lot of people stopped.
Right.
I stopped watching full time for a while in about 2000, 2001, 16, 17. I'm in high school. I thought I had more important things to worry about. And I came back around time I graduated, around 04, 05.
Okay.
And I've always said it was Bryan Danielson that brought me back. I had seen some clips on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, who the hell is this guy? I wanted to learn everything. And that brought me into Ring of Honor, which then reignited my passion and made me go back and watch WWE, saw what TNA at the time was doing, and then really just started expanding, going to shows. But yeah, that was it. I would say other than that little 3-year gap, pretty much my entire life. And Bryan Danielson's the one who brought it back.
That's awesome. Shoot, honestly, I never left. I was watching Bryan Danielson when he was in TWA. I knew he'd be a huge star. Been a fan of his.
Good shit.
Yeah. And, did you happen to see his match with Sammy Guevara this evening on AEW?
I'm a little behind. I'm going to probably have to catch that one tomorrow. Only made it through about half of the show today.
Well, 2 out of 3 falls. I enjoyed it. I might be the one person in the world that likes Sammy, but whatever.
The dude has all the talent in the world, but seems to be a bit of a prick.
He's young. He's young. Shoot,
that's
man.
true.
That's true. If I was that talented and in his spot, I'd be a way bigger prick than he is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I say the same thing all the time. It's the reason I wasn't blessed with muscles and money, because I'd be the biggest insufferable bastard on the planet.
For sure. And while we're on that, since we're getting a little real with each other here, let's go into RSW, because about pricks and the lack of in RSW, man. Like, I've been to a few shows. I've talked to a lot of the locker room. You're blessed to be with all these great people, and I'm not just saying that, man. Like, what a good group of folks.
No. It's a factual statement. Listen, I've been with RSW a long time, and I'm sure we'll get to that and exactly the details of how and why. But I've been here a long time. I can honestly say this is probably the best core locker room we've had in a long time.
Hell yeah.
And that is nothing against the matches and ability of some of the other people, but when it comes to actually showing up and having fun, and it being like, here's your brothers. It's like going every month for me is like going to a family reunion and seeing those cousins you only see at holidays. Especially for me. I live an hour and a half away from most of the guys. Hell, up to 3 or 4 hours for some of them. So I only see them at shows. Yeah, that vibe backstage is impeccable. And it really is.
And it somehow goes out that curtain out into the crowd. The fans
it does. You can feel it.
Oh yeah.
You can feel it. Especially, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of the Fairmont State shows. I got my start when RSW was running Fairmont. A lot of those people from those days have migrated over to the Fairmont State shows, so it's really cool to see those people. I mean, there's people in that crowd this past weekend that were in the crowd the first show I ever worked.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's just a cool feeling. You're watching kids grow up.
Right. Okay.
They're no longer 5 and 6 year olds who were sitting there because their parents wanted to watch wrestling or because they had a slight interest. Now they know everything. They follow everything. They really seem to be getting into it. And that's something I didn't have as a kid. I didn't really understand what independent wrestling was, like I said, until I discovered Danielson. And then I was like, damn, this has been going on around me the whole time. And so many people that came through it that I had seen over the years once I did figure it out. Guys like Elias, guys like DJ Z, Joaquin Wild. There you go. I can never remember his NXT name.
Live in Fairmont, in fact.
Yeah. Just that whole group of guys, young Sterling James Keenan, before we got Corey Graves. Like, I remember watching that dude wrestle in Holiday Inn banquet halls. Okay. And then now we got to watch that man on NXT and now be arguably one of the best commentators in the world.
Right.
So I like that we're seeing that, where it seems like some of those kids are able to do that now. Like, yes, I've seen this, perfect example. I might not, just not going to get too deep into it. I might not like Saturday Night Special, but there's people who were in the crowd who were there when they were trainees.
Okay.
That then got to watch them win the tag team championships.
Right.
That's just cool as hell. It's cool when you can attach yourself to somebody at the beginning of their career.
Right.
And see where it goes.
And follow. Yep. I preach that to everybody, man. Get out to your local shows. I
don't care where you live. Go to a local show. WWE's great. AEW's great. Yeah, you can go to those shows. But that's big money. You got 4 or 5 people in your family. WWE show is expensive. You know what's not expensive? Taking $10, $15, $20 a person, going down to a local hall somewhere in your town, and finding that next group of guys that may end up on your television in a few years.
Exactly. And not just that.
Gotta appreciate independent wrestling.
And that's great, seeing the guys show up on NXT or Dark or whatever. But let's go back to Saturday night, man. From the beginning of that show till the end, what a magic show. Like, and I'm not just saying that. Like, I was
No, it was special. That building was buzzing all night. I felt it when I was out there. I felt it when I was in the back. It was a tangible feeling.
It really was.
And from beginning to end was absolutely insane. Coincidentally enough, both of which started and ended with the murder. Can we just talk about Brother Duzan?
Oh, fuck. Yes.
Just becoming Spike Dudley out of nowhere.
Breakout performance.
And that building went bananas for him.
Yeah, they did. They know Brother Duzan. And got another 4-way coming up Saturday. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for it. I am.
Yeah.
I am. That's probably all I'm gonna be able to see. I'm gonna be preparing with the boys. I do want to make sure I see that one.
Yeah.
I want to see what kind of craziness that man's gonna get into. Everybody in that match, that'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah. That match, you got Gannon Green, you got Frat Daddy, and, come on, we got Duzan.
Huff Manley.
Oh, no.
Huff Manley is the fourth. Huff Manley, great guy. Just want to throw that out there. He's never crossed our paths. He's never had a crossword with me, so as far as I'm concerned, we're great. Good dude.
Cool.
Real good dude. Frat Daddy, I could take him or leave him.
And talented. Dude can wrestle.
Talented as hell.
Entertaining as hell.
Talented as hell. Give him that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bit of a prick.
If you're in the New Kensington area, you can't miss this show. We got MV Young against Remy LeVay. Like, holy shit.
That's gonna be damn fun to watch.
Cowpoke Paul against Paulie Kilpus.
That is going to be ridiculous in every sense of the word.
Honey Badger and Mad Dog Myers.
Violent. Pure violence.
What the
She might kill him.
He might kill her.
Yeah, he might kill her, but somebody might die. That's going to be nuts.
So, to roll off this Fairmont State show, which was magic, was the best wrestling show I've ever been to. I was at King of the Ring 98. I was at Unforgiven 2001. I've been to probably 20 ECW shows. Best wrestling show, and I swear to God I mean it. Whether I'm biased because I know a few of the guys or not, whatever. Best wrestling show I've ever been to, and
it was a whole vibe.
And we're taking that momentum into New Kensington, man. So that's insane. It is.
I don't think enough people are, like, everybody keeps saying New Kensington. Here's New Kensington this week, but not enough people are really putting the emphasis on this, man. This is our first EA show.
Okay.
We've been trying to do this for 5 years.
Wow. Man.
And we got it.
Did I come on board at the right time?
We finally got it. I'm going to get home before like 11 o'clock. That's my favorite part of the whole show. Everything else is great. The fact that I'm going to be home and not be on the road for an hour and a half or 2 hours, fantastic. Fantastic feeling.
Icing on
Absolutely.
The cake. Yeah, and just look at it this way. Once you get home, your ass can stay home because you're going to be done with RSW. You can find a fed up.
Okay. I'm going nowhere. That is a fact. Nowhere.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I had to get one last dig in. I'm sure you'll get yours back in before the end of the episode. You say you're in the PA area. How did you get involved with RS? How did you get in wrestling? What's going on with you, Bake?
Okay. All right. Listen, you got to pay attention here. It's a little convoluted and a lot hilarious.
It's wrestling,
So,
man, of course.
Exactly. So as a wrestling fan, we're around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you, like me and everybody else, would buy wrestling video games, create your character, maybe a couple more, and you would go through and play, right? We've all done it.
Oh, yeah.
About 2014, 2015, I decided that at that time, now it's all over the place, of course, and I get none of the credit for it. I decided I wanted to stream WWE games, but I didn't want to treat it like a video game.
Okay.
Everybody else who streams the games, they're talking to the chat. It's a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
I had this grand idea where I would create a fully original roster, fully original titles, fully original arenas, pay-per-views, all of it. And I would do commentary.
Hell yeah.
I would not treat this as a stream. You're literally just watching digital wrestling.
Okay.
So my buddy Lance Walker, great friend of mine, that's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We go back to 2008. He had a whole roster created, which is what gave me one of the big ideas.
Okay.
So we took basically his whole roster. We took all the guys I created. We did this hodgepodge, and we ended with High Class Wrestling. And we started streaming in 2015. We did 3 full seasons and then a handful of shows after that. For a while, he joined me on commentary. After that, I did it myself. Well, around that time, RSW was a Facebook group where you would go in and you would say, "Oh, that was awesome. Did you watch SmackDown?" And you would talk, and then we would live talk, live tweet on Twitter, and then live post on Facebook, and all these things. It was just people hanging out watching wrestling. Mm-hmm. Tim has been in the business for years. Tim was in years ago, took his break, decided he was going to come back. Mm-hmm. They start running, I believe, July of 2017 was the first official RSW show.
Okay.
And after, they get a couple months rolling, and while that's going on, I will never forget it. There was a night where on the page, because we actually had a few local wrestlers on there, somebody said, "I'm bored. How about you cut a promo on me?" And just put it out to the page. Everybody was sending in promos, and they were horrible from top to bottom. There was not a single good one on the page. Mm-hmm. So I decided, after a little recreational fun, that I would cut a promo and I would post it. Tim loved it. Everybody on the page loved it. The wrestler loved it. And Tim was watching HCW at the time. Tim was doing his own thing, which was really cool, where he did a similar thing with the game, but he was letting members of the Facebook page create their character and upload them. So you were watching your character versus the other guy on the page's character. It was a really cool deal. And it started in July, and I had talked to Tim. We'd gotten a little closer, and around October, November is when they had started going to Fairmont again. Okay. And I got a random invite and ask if I would like to come in and do commentary, because they had liked what I was doing with the games. And my first official night was December 17th, I believe, 2017. It was the rebirth of the Holiday Grand Prix.
Oh, okay.
Won by Johnny Blast, that tournament was. Crowned West Virginia Grand Champion. And at this point, I can count on one hand how many people have been with this company as long or longer than I have.
Nice. Yeah, you're coming up on 5 years.
Yep. Next month, 5 years with the company.
Okay.
Tim's like a brother to me. absolutely. We've gotten very close over the years. Looked out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's been really awesome. Also, James Knight, another guy, become extremely close to. And yeah, I'm trying to think. Ring announcer Sean Pugh
Mm-hmm.
has been there that length, and I think that might be it. And so what? I named 3 people, and one of them's the owner.
Right. And
I'm pretty sure that's it.
recently, one hell of a promotion for Mr. Pugh. Congratulations, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very happy for him. Like I said, he's been here from day one, and he has been to the highest highs and the lowest lows with this company. So it's good to see him getting his appreciation.
For sure. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
good time.
No
So
doubt.
yeah, man. Apparently, that's all it takes is get a little smiz, play a little video games, and get yourself brought into the wrestling business.
No, I appreciate where you're coming from on that, but me just getting to know Tim, he has an eye for things, and he knows.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, who's going to benefit RSW,
Mhm.
and obviously you can talk, man. Like you can go to town.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't start this thing with the Unappreciated until July of this year.
Okay.
So from December 2017 till July of this year, pretty much. Well, I'd say no, it was 2021 was when I stopped doing commentary. I did commentary for about 4.5 years for them.
Huh. And
And,
just this last Saturday, you're throwing a guy into a U-Haul truck.
Yeah, right. How the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Now people get to talk about the crazy shit I'm doing.
That's
But
awesome.
I miss those days, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love that shit. I'm one of those guys that even growing up and watching wrestling, I always appreciated a good commentator.
Mhm.
And then on the flip side of that, as an adult watching wrestling, I was able to tell how a bad commentator can make even a great match just horrible.
Oh yeah.
It just ruins everything.
Yeah. Oh man, especially okay. While we're talking about that, especially
Yeah.
independent wrestling. Look, number
Oh,
one,
absolutely.
fix your mic levels. Don't have the commentary so loud, and if
Or so quiet you can't hear anything.
and that or the commentators are just looking to get themselves over, not
Oh,
trying to tell
that's
a
the
story.
absolute worst.
Oh
That's the
man.
worst. Listen, man, there's a time and place for that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was some type of saint on commentary who never said anything to get myself over, because I absolutely did.
Okay.
But it was I won't even say it was secondary, it was tertiary. It was the third thing I was thinking about. I was making sure the people in the ring were put over. I was making sure the promotion was put over, and if I could find time to make a really funny joke or to say something that I was talking to somebody else about that was an inside joke, I would say it. Not going to act like I didn't.
Well,
But they were never forced. But how could you not? When you're having fun, you say things that are fun.
exactly.
Like, how many people can say look, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like I was the best independent wrestling commentator there was. There's
Okay.
footage, you can go back and watch it. I don't think there was anybody on my level.
Okay.
But when you could go from being the Joey Styles of commentary
Mhm.
of this generation to also being able to say Soylent Green is people on commentary,
Okay.
it's a damn good night.
Right. Good.
How could you not? When you can say that a body slam on the floor sounds like somebody just dropped a piece of bologna on linoleum, why wouldn't you?
Right. No, and
That's it. You can do it all, but these guys, you're right, because I've heard a lot of those guys where they will go out there and act like a match is not happening and act like it's stand up at the Chuckle Hut, and it's infuriating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, you got guys killing each other in the ring or diving off balconies, and they're just bullshitting.
Yeah, talking about what they did at the bar last week. Get the hell out of here.
Yep. Definitely something that that really needs to evolve in indie wrestling. I'm not saying every company's guilty of it.
No. There is absolutely not every company. I've heard a lot of. I don't want to. Well, a lot might be a strong word, but I've heard good commentary from all over the country on smaller level independent shows.
Yeah.
It's either if you can't find a good commentator, then don't have one.
Yeah, just don't do it. I agree 110%.
It is what it is. I've enjoyed shows where I could just watch the match and hear the crowd.
For sure. For sure.
Nothing is better than bad. Like, it's that simple.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to
And
put it.
I think that was one of the really cool things about the early days of RSW was you had somebody who took the job very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And again, pat on myself on the back, bring out the old Arn Anderson horn and toot toot here. Yeah, I think it's what set us apart from a lot of the people that you could see, especially in the area.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When you look at the tri-state area, not everybody's IWC. Not everybody has that kind of vibe.
Right.
So when you could find that in a smaller building
Mm-hmm.
and on a smaller scale, but the commentary sounds professional, the matches are fantastic, the crowd is into everything, that type of vibe can make 50 people sound like 500 real quick.
Yep. I can attest to that. I've been in those crowds.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You need everything. And I think that's what makes RSW special, is we've always kind of had everything we needed. We had all the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some nights are better than others, of course. That's never going to change.
Right.
But we had the ingredients.
And I'm going through the back catalog now. I'm watching old episodes of Flash and different things, and I'm kicking myself in the ass that I wasn't watching before. But I'm not on Facebook, and
And that's the thing. We were primarily on Facebook, especially at that time.
Right. Well, that's changing. we're RSW by this time next year. Mark my words. It's going to be shit. It wouldn't surprise me if we was on NJPW World by this time next year, because
Let's go. Let's manifest that.
Why not? Because it's a hell of a product, hell of a roster.
At least get us on Fight. Come on.
Exactly. And believe me, I can see that happening easily. Fight, IWTV, that's easy.
Something. Easy. We need something. People need to see this.
Yeah, exactly.
People need to see this.
And I agree 110%. I go back and I watch the old matches with Jason Kincaid, and I watch them. Just so many. And I want you to go into that too. I'm sure you've seen
there's
many talented dudes.
Dude, the matches that I have had the privilege to call is absolutely insane. The one that there's a few that always stick out, and this one, it might not be the greatest thing, because I don't know if you've seen, there is a documentary about this man coming out on Peacock.
Yep.
But for an independent wrestling fan and an old school WCW fan, 2 years, not even a full 2 years, it was closer to a year and a half working in this business, I got to call Teddy Hart versus Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, yeah?
I still have the audio saved on my phone.
Wow.
The match was beautiful. Now, I don't want to seem like I'm defending this man. Teddy Hart is a piece of shit.
But he can wrestle.
but the things that man did and can do was top notch. And to be able to, I had seen Teddy Hart a couple of times. That's like, we would bring him in when we would go to Cleveland. I watched Teddy wrestle. I got to call like 3 Teddy Hart matches. Like, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
Here's a really cool one that, not a lot of people are going to know, because again, we were just streaming on Facebook. I got to call a Matt Riddle match right before he went to NXT.
Right.
In the middle of him doing his little indie farewell loop, he stopped by and saw us for a show in Cleveland. And great moment for me, he did commentary with me for a match.
Oh, yeah?
Before his match. And that was fantastic. Listen, man, I made Matt Riddle laugh on commentary.
Okay.
And he loved my intro to every show, because it was opening match, so he got to hear my intro, which is the one thing I always did to put myself over, but it was a great intro and people liked it. He liked it.
Okay.
And I made him laugh. That's a great time. Who else? We've had Green Ant
Okay.
of formerly of Chikara and everywhere else around the Indies.
What was the intro, though?
Cheeseburger.
You can put yourself over now.
Okay. Well, the original intro, if you go back and watch a lot of those old episodes of Flash or In Your House and things like that, you will hear it. The show will start. Sean Pugh will do his introduction, and you will hear the sweet, sultry tones of, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching RSW. It is your high guy, your fly guy, the truth from the booth. They call me Bake, and this is Real Shoot Wrestling. It's a great intro.
Bro.
It works. It was so good.
Yeah, it is.
And here's the beauty of it, right? People are like, oh my God, Truth from the Booth, that is so great. Where did you get that? I made music for years. Truth from the Booth was an old nickname because it's what it is.
Okay.
I made hip hop music for years. Everybody knew it. When the Truth from the Booth was around, they knew it would be done quick and it would be done efficiently and it would be done great. This is why they call me One Take Bake.
Okay.
And it has not changed anymore. Any of those things you see online, one take.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You become quite
so Riddle like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like I said, Green Ant.
Okay.
Cheeseburger from ROH, who wrestled Mickey Fulp, and it was one of my favorite matches ever.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. That was at the old church in Fairmont, 405 9th Street, building I made my very first original debut in. Love that building. So many memories there. Let's try to think of some of the...
O'Shea Edwards fought Zeke in Fairmont as well, didn't he?
He did. The first time I personally got to see O'Shea Edwards, while we're talking about some of the great names that have made their way through here, was again, it was in Cleveland. We had a lot of great people stop by in Cleveland, and he was scheduled to wrestle Just Incredible. Who, shocking to absolutely nobody familiar with professional wrestling, did not show up.
What? I knew as soon as you said Just Incredible.
No, really? He didn't. He no-showed? Shocker. Let's go on with our night. The great thing about that, however, was the promo that O'Shea cut. Wow, we were waiting to figure out what was going to go on. Well, he didn't know if he was going to have a match. He figured, I'm here, I'm paid, I might as well talk to the people. Cuts a ridiculously fantastic promo. And then at the end of it, Necro Butcher comes out and they have a brawl all over the building.
No shit. Necro Butcher and O'Shea Edwards.
Yeah, it's just as ridiculous as you can imagine. Wow. That was another one. We had Effie. Matter of fact, Effie was in a tournament to crown... was it the Heritage Championship? It was I can't remember. I have a horrible memory, lots of concussions. But Effie was in a tournament as well as Anthony Green.
Damn.
In Cleveland, in that same building.
Okay.
It was, I believe, the same night we also got arguably my second favorite RSW match. Do you remember a few years ago when Jason Kincaid just blew the internet up with those highlights from the match against Space Monkey and DDT in Japan?
Okay, yeah.
Well, you are now talking to the first commentator in North America to call that match.
Okay, hell yeah.
We got that match before anybody else on this continent.
Nice.
And that was again in that building in Cleveland. Man, a lot of great people. How can I forget Beastman versus Big Andy Williams, the Butcher from AEW?
Okay. Huh.
Got to see that one. My old man almost got hit with a missed Beastman cannonball when he was in the crowd.
Oh shit.
They tore that church to pieces. I'm pretty sure we're all going to hell after that one because it was brutal. And if you go through Tim's Facebook, you'll see a picture of him wearing the Andy's Butcher jacket, which is hilarious.
Hell yeah.
Just gonna make sure I put that out there so everybody goes and scrolls through Tim Cross. That is Tim Cross on Facebook. You can find those pictures.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you've been on quite the ride with RSW, it sounds like.
Yeah, man, it's been thoroughly insane and just absolutely enjoyable. I can't say it hasn't been without a few bumps in the road, but
Okay.
Man, who else can say that in less than 5 years they got to call matches with all those guys?
Right. Right. That's I mean that's you mentioned some dudes, and I mean
That's a hell of a list. Oh, I forgot about Fred Yehai. There's another one.
yeah.
It was Fred Yehai right before he went and started doing bigger things.
I,
Like it's just like the longer I think, the more names pop up. It's
like
insane.
I'm getting damn jealous and mad at myself. Like
Oh yeah,
what was I
yeah.
doing?
Especially because a lot, like like I said, man, some of those were in Fairmont.
And and
Some of those
again,
were in Fairmont.
and if you're listening to this shit is going on in your backyard too. Don't be like me and miss Beastman and Andy Williams and Matt Riddle. Go out and see these indie shows. I don't care if it's RSW, VCW. I don't care if it's ABC 123 Wrestling. Go out and check it out. Don't miss this shit like I did. Like I'm
Absolutely. Look at the barber shop. Look at the grocery store and the gas station. And when you see those posters, if they're close, just take your time, take your little $15-$20 and enjoy your evening.
yeah.
It's going to be worth it.
Oh yeah. And
It's absolutely going to be worth it.
RSW looks like they're going to be running Mononga now. My kids have become wrestling fans. I've watched
Oh,
wrestling.
fantastic.
I've tried to get them to watch wrestling for years, but it took taking them to a live show where they could yell at the wrestlers with their friends. And now they're, asking me questions. What? You're talking to Bake from the Unappreciated tonight? You're a fucking superstar in the Carpenbarker house, buddy. I mean,
I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it.
and like I say, that could be your kids if you're listening right now. Take them to a show. You don't have no kids? Great. Then you can go to the show and party it up.
You want to hang out? Do that.
Yeah.
But look, this is the number one thing about independent wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I will never degrade anybody for going to a WWE, AEW, whatever. That's great. It's a great time. I do it myself.
Right.
But the difference here is those companies are run by billionaires.
Yeah.
Your $20 doesn't really mean anything in the long run.
Nope.
Your $20 for your local independent wrestling show means everything.
Okay.
That money, the more fans that come in, the more money the guys get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it matters. You buy a t-shirt from them, you're just giving somebody else another drop into their billions. You buy a t-shirt at an indie show, you gave that guy who you just watched wrestle money into his pocket with no middleman, no percentages, no monthly check later. No. Yeah. That is immediate, instant gratification. And it genuinely helps. Always support independent wrestling.
Definitely. And that pops in my head. My friend, usual co-host of the show, halftime co-host, Lawrence. He watched a little bit of wrestling back in the day, but because of my show, he said, well, let's go check out an RSW show. And he told me, every RSW show I go to, I'm going to buy a different wrestler's t-shirt so I can support them. Dude went from never watching wrestling to he lives for this shit now. He wants to buy every person on the roster's shirt. So that's the magic of it all.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I do the same thing. I do. I mean, first and foremost, my closet is ridiculous. I have some of the best pop culture shirts you'll ever see in your life.
Hell yeah.
But more importantly than that, I have an entire section of RSW shirts.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I got one from everybody. I was the same way. If you have merch, I'm buying one. Even though I was on the roster. Even though I just called your match.
Right.
Because I know my $25 helps.
Right.
Plus, I think it's really cool to wear it. Then somebody says, oh, who's that? Oh, you like wrestling? Yeah. Oh, well, this is a guy who wrestles A, B, and C. You can actually go watch him here next weekend.
Yep.
That's badass. That's a great feeling.
Uh-huh.
I was literally just wearing a Chance Profit t-shirt today at work.
Okay. I wear my Billy Knox shirt around town, and people will be like, wait, is that Billy? And I'm like, Billy is a tag team champion right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Word? Yeah, and he'll be in Mononga December 10th. Come on out and see him, And,
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's blown some minds. I got me a brand new Saturday Night Special shirt, but we'll leave that alone for now. But, But like you say, man, go out there, support the wrestlers, buy a T-shirt if you can. Hey, man, I'm the brokest motherfucker on the planet, so I can't always buy
Yeah,
a
that's the
T-shirt.
thing. That's the thing. I am not trying to pressure anybody here. I'm not telling you you have to. I'm saying if you're going to spend money,
Yeah.
might as well spend it where it matters.
And if you can't spend the money, go to the show, make some noise, go home and talk about it on social media. Tell
That's
your
it.
friends.
That's it.
You know.
That's it, man. The companies, RSW, any local independent, that's how we survive, man.
Yeah.
We survive on word of mouth. We survive on that guy who leaves the show and tells his buddies, "Hey, man, you really missed out. You need to go next time." That's it.
Hey, you wait till the next Mononga show. Believe me, there is chatter in this small town.
I've heard. I have heard some rumblings, and I'm kind of excited.
Mark my words. Mark my words. I've never been more confident in a statement in my life. I can almost double the crowd as last time. I mean, hell, Fairmont State was double the crowd from last time.
I was about to say, yeah, Fairmont State was legitimately doubled this past weekend.
Bro, like I saw people coming in, and I paid to get in, same as everybody else. I start grabbing chairs and putting out there like. Shit.
I was about to say, yeah, man, we had to set up chairs twice after the original setup, so that's never a bad thing.
Exactly,
that's never a bad thing. That's what we have trainees for.
Yeah, so it's definitely a hot time for RSW. Like you said, first show in Pennsylvania this weekend, loaded card. Obviously, from what you're telling me, there's been great times in the past, but I really think things are going to pop off on a whole nother level. And that's not to downplay what's happened in the past, because there's been some great shit. But
oh yeah, there has.
I don't know, man. There's some magic going on right now.
Here's the beauty here. Here, you want a little inside baseball? You want to know what the beauty of the unappreciated is? Speaking of the past, the unappreciated for me is my past and my present meeting.
Okay.
As I said, I started in December 2017. You know who else started around that time?
Who's that?
A very young Logan Taylor.
Okay.
Who coincidentally enough was 17 years old. Too young to wrestle. Couldn't even come to Cleveland with us.
Okay.
I have known him since he was 17. I was there when he won the tag team championships, which I will never stop saying because RSW seems to act like it didn't happen. I was there. I saw it. I called it. I was there when he feuded with his best friend in a match that had that entire building rocking.
Okay.
We go back 5 years. Trevor Gage is a guy I met in 2020.
Okay.
He was very quiet, very reserved, but always put on a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Me and Trevor got close. This was not, the unappreciated was not formed to further myself.
Right.
It was formed to further two guys that I feel like deserve more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the name is what it is.
I got you.
I felt they were very unappreciated, and I felt like this is no secret either. Tim Cross and I are friends.
Yeah.
We are good friends. So when I decided that this was something I wanted to do, those are two of the first names that popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew they could do good things together. I knew they deserved more. I knew they deserved a spotlight. So I wanted to do anything I could to give those two a spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been to these last few shows.
Yeah.
I feel like they're thriving in this spotlight.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Like I say, I was just, I've said it numerous times, I was just starting to appreciate the unappreciated.
Mm-hmm. Them boys put in work. I just wanted to make sure that I give them their flowers. I hate when people do that. I hate when people wait until somebody makes it big or does something impressive.
Mm-hmm.
No, you support people from the ground up. And I have supported these two from the ground up from way before this thing ever started.
I feel that. I do. Yeah, it sounds like you have an eye for talent. I'd like to think I nowhere near your caliber. I haven't been in the business, but as a fan, I like to think that I can see these things. That's why I hopped on the Saturday Night Special bandwagon. That's why I hopped on the murder bandwagon. Phineas McMichael is super underrated. Billy's great. Phineas McMichael,
Billy's great.
Billy's great. Yeah, Billy's great. The whole crew's great. Like we could go.
They
on,
are.
We could sit here
They
and
really
talk
are.
until 6 in the morning.
Evelyn is fantastic. Duzan again, breakout performance this past weekend. Phineas though, I'm honestly glad you brought him up. That's the guy that I watched. I remember when he was coming to shows, and he was a fan.
Okay.
And he was talking about wanting to potentially get in, and I was there for that. I watched this man train. I watched how his career started. Then he left for a while, and this is what I really appreciate about him is he took what he could from RSW, and then he went to go see what else he could take from other places.
Okay.
So he went to train at the Power Slam Academy, and he trained with Chance Prophet, trained with Jason Kincaid, and he did all these things before he came back. And watching him go from that guy I met at a show to tag team champion is fantastic. And I can say this, we're not up against them. And as it stands today, I have no beef with the murder. So I have no problem, again, giving praise to somebody that deserves it. Because nobody really knows how hard that man has worked to get to this moment.
Yeah. Okay. And while we're on things, still the number one draw on WrestleRoni. He has more views than anybody on the show.
See what I'm saying?
He has a fan
See what I'm
base.
saying?
Yeah, dude.
He absolutely does. Again, that right there, that's the beauty of independent wrestling, though. You get to watch the shy, little quiet, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. You try things, right? You take what works, you throw away what doesn't. What you end up with is a tag team champion.
Yeah.
Most views on your page. Killing it in the ring every match.
Solid.
Killing it on his videos and his promos every time.
Yep.
And you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
Yep. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like for you seeing the journey. I hopped on and Phineas is hot, you know?
Yeah.
First
Hey,
show,
there ain't nothing
Fairmont
wrong
State.
with that either, though.
Yeah.
There really isn't. There's nothing wrong with that. There's you can latch on to somebody at any time as long as you latch on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard for me to boo anybody on the roster because, again,
Well, yeah.
solid work. Get them on the mic. They can entertain. It's insane. Paulie Kilpis.
Paulie Kilpis.
Dude, there is
Listen.
a little girl on my street. That's her hero, bro. Fuck Barbie and Ken and Little Mermaid. To this little 11-year-old girl, it's Paulie Kilpis, bro.
I absolutely love that shit. That is the best thing I've heard in a long time. Because that's another one, man. I was there when Paulie was training.
Yeah.
Also, for you and anybody else listening, what you have seen from Paulie Kilpis is not all that man is capable of.
I'm sure.
Paulie Kilpis is a genetic freak. Not in the Scott Steiner sense.
Okay.
But the things I've seen this man do at training and pre-show and this and that is nuts. And the day Paulie decides to use it, your heads are going to explode.
Oh, shit.
Explode.
Okay.
It was insane, the things I've seen that guy do. I'm talking off the top rope shit. I'm talking dive shit.
Uh-oh.
Insane.
Okay.
Insane.
And not just that little girl, while it's on my mind, while it's fresh.
Yeah.
At the Fairmont show, there's this older man. I'm old. I'm almost 40 years old. This guy had been 50 or 60. He's so into the match with Paulie Kilpis and Lawless. And
oh, yeah. I saw him. I know exactly who you're talking about.
the guy that ran clear around the ring, because I told him, I said, here's your chance to get your hug, buddy. And he took off running and got that hug.
He did. The hug train was one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a long time.
They called
It
it
really
on,
was.
They called it on commentary. They said it was a hug orgy.
Oh my God, that's even better.
Yeah,
That's even better.
that was a damn entertaining one. Jake Ely, what the
Yeah.
Superstar.
Yeah, big. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of Jake. Jake's the guy who hasn't been with us for a very long time.
Okay.
But every time I see him, I am impressed.
Yeah.
That man knows what he's doing. He's entertaining as hell.
Yeah. He's a rock
Big
star.
fan.
And can
Absolutely.
go. Yeah.
Absolutely. Big fan.
So
Dustin Alexander's another guy I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. And yeah, we've had our differences.
Mm-hmm.
But as I had said before, me and Dustin go back a long way.
Okay.
That dude does not get enough credit for what he does in that ring. And neither does Vance Desmond. And I probably shouldn't say that because I'm still pissed off that he won on Saturday.
But you got.
But I mean, see, he's a 20-plus year vet that got to sit under the learning tree of Al Snow and other people like that in OVW.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really complain, I guess.
And I've saw that dude for years in numerous feds.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
always. Usually, 9 times out of 10, the best match on the card.
Yep.
Like,
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
That dude can go. That dude can go. And now him and Alexander tagging. We got mystery opponents coming up Saturday.
Yep. Excited to see who that is.
Yeah.
Those two as a team, they really work. Vance Desmond trained Dustin Alexander. He saw, he was there from the very beginning of Dustin's journey. It's one of the first I believe the first or one of the first places he trained.
Okay.
And Dustin's another guy that's been with us forever too. Back to those church days.
Wow. And my first time seeing him, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's a heel. I'm booing him. But he did so good in the match. I had to flip-flop. I had to, he did this reversal, and I said, oh, okay, I see you, big
Dustin.
dog.
Dustin can go.
Yeah.
Dustin can go.
Yep.
Again, I ain't got to like you to respect you.
Right.
Dustin can go.
Yeah.
Until he gets hit in the gut and eats a shining wizard.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited for that. See what that team has in store. Of course, Zeke Mercer, there's no denying Zeke Mercer, been champ over a year.
Over a year at this point.
And
that's
that match with Mad Dog at Fairmont State.
That was a banger.
Yeah.
That was an absolute banger.
He just came out swinging. Just came out from the curtain, just charged Mad Dog. So,
hey, that's what you got to do, especially with somebody as crazy as Zach.
Yeah.
Zach is crazy. Zach is tough. Zach is violent.
Yeah, tough.
And that man knows his way around a ring.
For sure.
So you better come at him the same way Zeke did if you want to stand any kind of a chance.
That match he had with Billy Knox, the dog collar match.
Oh
my God, what?
That was one of the bloodiest matches in RSW history.
Yeah.
Maybe the bloodiest.
Wow.
They went to war.
Yeah, they did. That was an all-timer right there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That was one that I was mad I wasn't still on the headset for. Not even gonna lie to you.
For sure, I can imagine. And that's what, like I said, I've seen some of the old stuff, but I'm really happy that I'm here right now.
Yeah.
To see what I can see. Record, dude. I'm going to record MV Young against Remy LeVay Saturday. I'm going to run the camera for that. So, That's just that. You know what? That's something I've wanted to see for a while too. Yeah.
I have. I've really wanted to see that. MV Young's been blowing up everywhere.
Oh, I'm an MV Young dork. I've never got to see the guy live. I've watched all of his shows on Twitch when he runs his own shows and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna mark out for that dude. Life's crazy right now.
Yeah, like I was about to say, MV Young can now be added to that list of really dope indie names who have come through RSW at one time or another.
Mm-hmm.
And he belongs on that list. That same list I was talking about earlier for matches I called and guys that came through, MV Young 100% belongs on that list.
For sure. For sure. Envy Young, like I say, hell of a talent. Hell of a talent. It just, and I'm not, I'm smart. I don't want to say this. I don't want to sound cocky, but I can tell from social media a bit of what happens behind the scenes, and I can see what he's doing for other wrestlers.
Oh, absolutely.
The opportunity he's providing for them by just being a name himself, and he's looking out for folks along the way. He seems like a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah, he's a dude who can go viral one week and then go wrestle at a small local indie the next week. Have no problem with it. And that's what I respect a lot about him.
Yeah.
And then even with his school, I like that when he's not running training classes, he'll just post up, hey man, open ring if anybody wants to come in. Any trained wrestlers want to come in and get some ring time. That's huge.
Hell yeah.
That's huge because if you don't, if you trained years ago or your school's no longer open or whatever, it could be hard to find a ring.
Gotcha.
So for somebody to open that ring up and let you come in and train and work on things, that's invaluable.
For sure.
Especially for indie wrestlers. That's invaluable. And he does it constantly. And then he's constantly running his own shows.
Yep. Yeah.
Hell, Gannon's worked a couple of his shows.
Okay.
MV Young is one of those rare guys who is not just trying to raise his stock. He's trying to raise the stock of not only everyone around him, but just independent wrestling as a whole.
Yeah, I've said that myself. MV Young is a gift to pro wrestling in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, shout out to MV Young. Holy.
Also, we put over MV Young a lot. We got to talk about Remy.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that man has been he's been internet champion for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been appearing with RSW for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible in the ring.
Banger after banger after banger.
Point blank.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
Uh-huh.
And Remy LeVay is hands down the nicest guy, not only in that locker room, but possibly in independent wrestling, period.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of assholes in wrestling.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remy LeVay is far from one of them.
Hell yeah.
I just want everybody to understand that guy you see at a show when you come over at intermission and buy a t-shirt or take a picture, that is not a front.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% who that man is.
You can tell when he gets on the mic after a show and thanks the fans and stuff. You can tell that's 100% from
He means
heart.
it. He absolutely means it.
Yeah. And yeah, that dude's a hell of a talent. He can go in the ring. He can cut a promo. Man, him and MV, that's going to be a crazy match. Jackson Argos at the Fairmont State show a couple months back. That was a crazy good match.
Absolutely. Argos is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I've been preaching that for a long time. That's a guy I really think is a couple of higher notoriety matches away from absolutely blowing up.
Ooh, isn't he fighting Zeke Saturday?
He is.
Okay. Yeah.
He is. He is, and that's he's looking for that. He's been with us a couple times. He's had a few shots at the internet title over the years, but now a shot at the RSW title.
What a time to be alive.
That's going to be an absolute banger.
Yeah. Yeah. RSW's coming to PA in a big way this Saturday.
Oh, yeah. November 12th, New Kensington, Pennsylvania. Again, a few blocks away from where I spent a decent amount of time living.
And good for you, man. Good for you. I know we're definitely going into this show on opposite ends of the spectrum, but
that's all right. That's Saturday. We can have fun today.
Right. Well, but at the same time, I want you to have fun Saturday.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna have the most fun Saturday.
I got you.
I'm doing vocal exercises so that the entire building can hear me sing "Na na 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 goodbye."
Oh man.
So I'm ready. I've been drinking honey in my tea. The vocal cords are ready.
Damn.
So just you have fun with that.
when I seen that match graphic, I was like, oh sweet, we're getting rid of Bake, and I was like, and then it dawned on me. I said, there's a chance though, because I've seen some of y'all's tactics, damn talented dudes.
You mean the winning tactics?
They are
Because
winning tactics, right or wrong.
as it stands, those two gentlemen have only lost one tag team match.
And like I
And
said,
it was before we got together.
okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well,
They ain't lost a tag match since. So you might not like the tactics, but you cannot dispute the results.
That's what's kind of got me shook up about it, because I know, number one, two talented dudes, very talented dudes.
Absolutely.
But then again, at the same time, y'all's going to do, all three of you's going to do what you got to do to get the job done. If something happens to that referee and he's looking at some cute girl in the crowd, you're going to hit Marcus in the nuts with some brass knuckles or something. And
I would love to hit Marcus in the nuts with brass knuckles.
Marcus informed me he would like to crawl up your ass and lay eggs, verbatim.
Yeah, no, he's not happy. He's not happy at all.
Yeah.
Didi wants to beat 7 shades of shit out of me. He ain't happy either. That's all right. That's all right.
Are you concerned for your safety Saturday?
Nope. Not even a bit.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. You know why? Because I'm calm. Do you hear this voice?
Yeah.
I'm calm. I don't have to be. I'm not concerned with myself because my emotions are in check. Their emotions are not in check. So if what this match takes is both of them getting their hands on me and beating me into a bloody pulp and making me limp back to my own home, they're going to be too worried about me to focus on Logan and Trevor, aren't they?
That's quite the sacrifice, my man. I don't want them putting their hands on me.
I'd sacrifice anything for those two. Those are my little brothers.
God bless you. Like I said, verbatim, Marcus Twist told me he's going to crawl up your ass and lay eggs. I don't know even know.
I don't know what that. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm from the city. I'm not a hilljack like those two.
I am a hilljack, and I don't understand it. So he's in a different state of mind.
That ain't always a good place to be. Anger clouds judgment.
That's true. I don't know. It's a super exciting time for me. At the same time, it's a super stressful time for me. But I appreciate you coming on. Like I say, I do respect you as a man. I respect your team. I respect both of them. Obviously, we have a lot to look forward to as far as the rest of the cards Saturday. I'll just say, may the best team win, man. That's the best I can do.
I can respect that.
And I mean,
and I'll say the same thing.
Okay.
Listen to what I've said today. We'll say on the off chance that everything I just said in the last few minutes is completely wrong.
Okay.
And this Saturday, just shy of 5 years, is my last day with that company. You think I'm not happy with what I've accomplished?
Right. Hell yeah.
Listen, I'm not even supposed to be alive right now.
Okay.
The places I've lived, the people I know, the things I've been through, I was told I wouldn't even make it out of high school.
Hell yeah.
And here I am thriving at 36 years old, having the time of my life. If everything ended tomorrow, I'm good. That's why I don't have any emotions going into this. I wasn't supposed to be here to begin with. They were. They were always supposed to be in this position. I wasn't. So take it away. My life's exactly what it was 5 years ago. But ask yourself one question. If those two can no longer team, what happens to their lives?
Yeah.
What happens to their professional lives?
Yeah.
You know? They're best friends.
Yeah.
They train together. And what's really funny here, you know, you've said a lot about how much you like them. I've said about how much I respect them. Little known fact here, I'm one of the reasons they're a team.
Oh, yeah?
So there's that. Obviously, I don't hate these two. I was one of the guys in Tim's ear Hey, these guys are good friends. They're always around each other. It'd be really cool if you put them together. No, I'm not putting them together. And I bugged him show after show after show. And I would message him in between shows. And I randomly would call him and say, you should put Marcus and Didi together, and hang up.
Mm-hmm.
I respect them.
Right. Well, I thank you for making it happen because, I mean, and way you made history too, make it, because this is a team that people's going to talk about, like them or not. This is a team people's going to be talking about years from now.
They should be.
If it
It's going to really suck to be all those cougars and strippers out there when they can't get that Saturday Night Special money anymore.
Oh, man, I don't know. I obviously you're a smart dude. Obviously you've got a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. I'm just going to sit back and observe and try to have a good time with RSW's debut in PA and be happy that I'm part of the party.
There you go.
And I
enjoy
wish you
it.
the
It's
best.
going to be a great night.
Yeah. I wish you guys good luck. You're going to need it. Like, don't underestimate these two.
Absolutely not.
You know them better than I do.
Absolutely not.
Shit.
That is the furthest thing we're doing.
And at the same time, I know Marcus and Didi's listening. Don't underestimate what you're going up against, man. I just, especially after last weekend, they lose the tag titles. Marcus is thrown into a U-Haul truck. After a damn death match, they're going into their main event in a pay-per-view the night before. But that could turn things around too, Bake. They could win the headlining match of VCW's first show on Fight.
They absolutely could, and they could come in on a roll. But then you know what's crazy? All those things that happened to Marcus happened without Logan Taylor in the building.
Okay.
So what's going to happen when we're at full force?
I feel it.
What's going to happen when Logan starts raining those forearms into the back of Didi Vice's skull?
And there's no way that they're going into that match 100%. Your guys, I mean, Trevor had a hell of a match with Desmond, but I don't know, man. I don't know. You've got me shook up. You've told some great stories. Definitely, like I say, I respect the hell out of all you've done, all your team has done, and I look forward to seeing you Saturday, and hopefully we can have a beer or do whatever we do.
Hey, as long as you don't hold me accountable for what happens, it's all good.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like, you say you're going into this without emotion, and I respect the hell out of that because I'm on a fucking emotional roller coaster the past few weeks.
Oh, I know.
I'm a mess over here.
Emotions cloud judgment. You got to keep that in check.
Yeah, I'm not stepping through the ropes, though. I'm not even near the ropes. Well, I guess I will be since I'm running camera, but...
You might be just as close as I am.
I tell you what, shooting that tornado tag match, that was scary as hell. Didi got thrown into me. I almost got hit with a garbage can.
Yeah, that can was coming in hot. Real hot.
Good times.
Full of garbage.
Yeah, I definitely got some garbage juice on me, but that's okay.
That was not a professional wrestling garbage can that was supposed to hit somebody with. That was full of concessions, and we were in West Virginia, so I'm sure there was tobacco spit in there as well.
Oh man, yeah, there probably was. Damn it. Well. May the best team win. Huge show. If you're in the area, come out. And if you're not in the area, then we're going to get you the footage on the channel. Just, I'm telling you, go to your local indies. And if you don't have no local indies, then just jump on the RSW bandwagon. We'll have you.
That's it. Support independent wrestling.
And I've kept you for well over an hour. It's currently 1:27 a.m. in the morning. Now I got to edit this and get it out. So I'm going to let you have your final word going into Saturday, and we'll wrap this John up. You say what you like the listeners to hear, my man. The floor is yours.
The final word is this. The Unappreciated started as a unit and are ending as a unit, but we will not be ending on Saturday. Saturday night will not be special for DD Vice or Marcus Twist. It'll be extremely special for Logan Taylor, Trevor Gage, and the flyest in the room. So if you can't make it, watch it online. And if you can make it, I'll see you soon.
You might want to make it.
Probably make it.
I appreciate you coming on. I look forward to having you on again, Bake. It's been a hell of an interview. And to my listeners, I usually tell you, be nice to each other, be kind, look out for each other. We're going to switch it up for one time only because I'm living proof, man. Bet on yourself. Take a chance. Take a chance on yourself and go out there and bet on yourself and whatever you like and you love and you want to accomplish, just take a fucking chance. Bet on yourself. Go out and do it. You're going to get back what you put into it. So go out there and do your thing. I love you. I'm Spooky Lou. Bake of the Unappreciated. Awesome interview. Go out there and bet on yourself this week.